What's good, everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. And today, bro, we'll be checking out another Larry Bird video. The day Larry Bird shut down Magic Johnson and showed that he was the boss. Now, y'all know I'm a big Larry Bird fan and that I've always advocated for Larry Bird being, if not one of the greatest players of all time, but at least being in the GOAT debate conversation. I know a lot of people will be like, yeah, he's in the GOAT debate conversation, but I have some people who don't think he don't belong there. I got people like that in my comments at time to time, and we low-key. We get after it after that. But anyways, we're going to be checking out this video, man. If this is your first time seeing your boy Solid on your screen, man, or you're a returning subscriber and you just love my content, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notification on, and share with your boys, because a share lets the community know that you love what you're seeing on this channel, bro. But let's get into this one and see what's going on, man.
It's 1986, and the battle between Magic and Bird is as heated as ever. These two guys had already proved they're the two biggest names in the NBA. They had 5 rings and 3 Finals MVPs between them, but it's still not clear yet who's the better player. The stakes are simple. Each win is very important and lifts one player a little bit higher than the other and adds to the bragging rights and their legacies as basketball players.
Personally,
having
I
lost
think
in the
the
finals
Celtics,
a year
I think
before, Larry sees.
Personally, if it was me, I would think it was Larry. I think Larry's the better player. Only reason why I can say that is because, okay, I love what Magic Johnson did for the Lakers, you know, building that dynasty, turning that dynasty into something, but he also had Kareem. And I know people going to say, well, you know, Larry Bird had McHale and, right, P, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of his name. It's right there on the tip of my tongue, the center. It'll come to me in a second. I know it will. But anyways, I know people are going to say that, well, like, you got, but we're talking about a perennial house. We're talking about one of the players, like, it's 2 GOATs versus 1. You know, we don't consider Kevin McHale as a GOAT. We don't consider, God, I can't think of the other name. I'm still trying to push it out of my head, and I can't. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Robert Parrish. Look, I told you I'll get it. Anyways, we don't consider either one of those players in the GOAT debate. But Kareem has a good argument to be in that GOAT debate. And so I want to say Magic too. He kind of does. As a point guard, he does have argument to be in that debate. So it's 2 GOATs versus 1. So in my eyes, I hold Larry Bird's championships to a higher standard, especially after viewing how long Magic and Kareem had to go to get that many rings. You get what I'm saying? But in the short span that Larry was there by himself and never having a secondary GOAT with him doing what he did, we got to give that the props. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to be the play. I want to make it as equal as possible. And the only way I can see it making it equal is saying, look, 2 GOATs versus 1 GOAT. The 1 GOAT's 3 should outweigh the 2 persons 4. I mean, I think they got 5. 5. That's just how I look at it. I look at it like that a lot with sports. I think when you have several great players versus 1 great player doing the exact same thing as the several great players, the 1 great player is better than the several great players doing the exact same thing. That's just how I look at it. That's just me.
Sees every Lakers game as a life or death situation and is trying to get revenge on Magic every chance he gets. No matter if it's playoffs, regular season, preseason, even a pickup game.
Net it.
On the evening of February 16th, 1986 at the famous Forum Center, a game took place between 2 heated rivals who also competed for the championship in the finals the past 2 years. The 39-13 Lakers welcomed the 41-9 Boston Celtics. Their second game in 3 weeks. In the last game between these two legendary franchises, the Boston Celtics ended up crushing LA by 15 points, 110-95, and they were looking to reaffirm their dominance in this game too. Now, if you watch a little bit of basketball,
make that first one. You just messed up my man
always
assist.
A battle within the battle during these games. And of course, the battle of who's the best player at the time. The leader of the Celtics, Larry Bird, or the leader of the Lakers, Magic Johnson. Coming into this game, Larry was scorching hot, having 78 points, 29 rebounds, and 22 assists in the past 2 games. There was also an added motivation.
I thought they were about to say in the last game. I said, where the footage for that? I need to see the 78 game.
For Bird having one of his key starters, Kevin McHale, out with an Achilles injury. So a win in this game
pull.
would
Give me that
amplify
one.
even more the victory in the last game and show who
Give me that.
really is the boss and the better player and team at the moment.
Hey, man, y'all won't look. I was just thinking about it. Drop in the comments. Y'all want me to start reacting and checking out newer day, like the WNBA and college and NBA, and I might even do some other sports. But do y'all think that's something y'all would want to watch? If those three are something y'all want to watch, man, let me know in the comments, bro.
The game
so I can
started
start getting
slow
on that
for
too.
both superstars,
Give
having
me that.
guys like James Worthy and Dennis Johnson make the first field goals for both of the teams. It's also important to mention that with Kevin McHale out,
and that's
the
another
Celtics-
player. That's another player that you really got to think. Could he be in the conversation for a GOAT debate? For one of the greatest players to ever do it? James Worthy was tough. James Worthy, like, when you really think about it, like, that Lakers team was the team that started the whole super team. That's crazy.
altered their play style into more of a fast transition
that's
and
crazy
outside
that
shooting
you think about it.
basketball
James
rather
Worthy,
than the low post
and you
isolation
got
kind of
Magic,
game they
and you
used
got
to run for
Kareem.
Kevin. But it wouldn't
That's
be too
crazy.
long for the main characters to get
know people
involved.
say Kareem
Having
was out of
scored
his prime,
21
though, so.
points in the last game they played, the Lakers' scouting plan for sure was to double Larry at the post. And they did the first time he caught the ball. He ended up passing to the open teammate, but the very next possession, without any hesitation, he swished a high-arcing mid-range jumper, showing exactly why they need to double him as soon as he catches the ball. But of course, Bird wasn't done. The next possession, he would hit another jumper in early offense from the short corner, too.
It's just
Bird
so
was
high.
a really high IQ player. He saw that they were doubling him, so he was looking to get his shot off even before the defense had the chance to double him and make his teammates make plays instead of him. But of course, Larry knew this, so straight away, next possession after that, he takes the same exact shot he did before. It ends up being short, and yeah, maybe he could have got a better look, but it was still high IQ Larry on full display. There's also another interesting indicator which shows the magnitude of pressure that Larry puts on the offensive end and the respect he gets from the other coach and
my
their
boy
defensive
Pat.
strategy. The Lakers get called for an illegal defense just 2 minutes into the game. And guess what the possession looks like? It's, of course, Larry Bird in isolation on the low block on the left side. He makes the pass to Dennis Johnson. The Lakers mess up the rotations, and they get an illegal defensive call, which results in a technical foul if repeated. And that's just one of those things that doesn't really show up on the stat sheet, you know?
Yeah.
But it does impact winning. And the true basketball fans who really watch the game, they can appreciate this kind of stuff. They see the value in it and give Larry his due flowers.
Yeah, that's something that, I mean, as a player, as a coach, as a certain, like a teammate, like even just knowing the game, it's certain things that you love. Like I'm a big advocate for CP3 and Rajon Rondo because their IQ on the game is crazy. Like there's this one instance where I believe the ball was, I guess it got knocked out of bounds. And if I'm not mistaken, if you haven't made it a third of the way up the court and they call a timeout right after that, you get to pick where you want the ball at, where you take the ball out, because it's not on you. So you get to pick where you want to take the ball out. Now, refs will argue with you like, no, you go over here. And it's like, no, I can go over there. But CP3 argues that all the time. It's like, no, I can take the ball out over here. I can take the ball out. I want the ball here. I want the ball here. And you can do that. So knowing those IQ plays is crazy. I love seeing it. It's one of those things that's like, just having the IQ is amazing. That's one of the reasons I'm actually like starting. Now, I don't like them as like everybody else, but I'm starting to appreciate LeBron James' game because of the IQ side of it. I still don't think he's one of the greatest players of all time, but I do love his IQ. I can put him in the IQ GOAT debate.
On the other side, Magic was still quiet, with James Worthy and Kareem carrying the torch for the Lakers. However, that would of course soon change, as we know that Magic impacts the game more with his passing rather than his scoring. Next time down the court, the sharpshooter, Mike McGee, sprinted to the corner in transition for a three, and there's no way Magic isn't going to see that, and Mike McGee knocks it down over Larry Bird. Magic's first dime of the game. The
Bro, I
Lakers seemed
heard
pretty
Magic couldn't
confident in
shoot to save
Kareem's
his
ability
life,
to
bro.
play one-on-one. So Magic called the same play 2 times in a row for Kareem to get the ball down low.
Come
And
on,
it seems they
Kareem.
were right. Parrish got 2 quick fouls, and Bill Walton had to sub in for him. And that's the matchup the Lakers
Bill
wanted
was
to
good too,
exploit.
though. I
On
love
the
my
other
boy
side,
Bill.
of course, it looked like Dennis Johnson was really feeling it in this game, as he made a couple of mid-range jumpers and a few layups, and was the team's leading scorer at the end of the first quarter with 12 points. Kareem right behind him with 10. And the score? Shocker, this one was going to be a close one. Now, the second quarter started with some adjustments on the Lakers side. They decided to put Michael Cooper on Bird instead of James Worthy. And in Bird's own words, Michael Cooper was the face that he least wanted to see guarding him. But Larry saw that as a challenge and backed down to no one, of course, as we're going to see in the rest of this game. And just like the first quarter, the second quarter was played bucket for bucket, with no team having a lead higher than a few points. Both teams were hungry for the win and would not let their rival have their own way just like that. They were playing some high-intensity ball, too, pushing it.
Bro, that's what I really like. I think that's what I miss mostly about basketball. The rivalries, man. Like, nobody want to fight no more, man. Like, Celtics and Lakers used to go at it. Like, I don't even get, like, watching the Celtics and Lakers play now, I'm like, oh, it's another game, bro. But I really miss we can't let them win because they are our rival, bro. We have to go out. I don't care if we foul. I don't care if we punch, kick, scream. We got to do something because we can't let them win at all. This is that team that we just can't let that happen to. It's not that anymore. It's like, oh, we lost that game. Let's try to win the next 2 that's on the road and go from there. It's not like, I don't like that team. They don't rock with my dynasty. I don't rock with their dynasty. It's just what it is. It's always been that way. And I feel like after Kobe really left the game, you don't see hatred in the dynasties anymore. And that's sad. That really is sad. I feel like it's ruining the game. No one is enjoying it. And now with the Fever and the Chicago Sky, I get to see that rivalry again. So I'm going to be honest with you. I've been watching a lot more WNBA basketball than I have been of NBA, just because that rivalry is there. And I'm pretty sure all of my subscribers will understand that, like, okay, yeah, the rivalry's there. Whether you're a Caitlin Clark fan or an Andrew Reese fan, it's a good watch.
Midway through the second quarter, the Celtics backcourt was leading the Lakers backcourt 20-6 in points. And the announcer actually said that Magic was looking to narrow that, but I'm not really sure if he would be able to. But of course, he was always able to deliver these fancy passes, as he did in this fast break that he orchestrated. Man, I mean, show me a more beautiful passer than Magic Johnson. Anyway, the proof of the heated atmosphere was evident when pushing led to shoving, and Byron Scott's given a tech for throwing his hands on Jerry Sichting, which in today's game would lead to Byron being unable to play and would have been suspended for at least 1 game or 2 games, but here he just gets off with a tech. Now we're at 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Magic has 6 assists, and he finally attacks the basket, which he had not done much of. He got fouled, earning himself a trip to the free throw line. He made both free throws, which brought his total to only 3 points so far, all without making a shot from the field, having scored only just off free throws. This indicated that maybe it wasn't Magic's day today. And we also have to mention Bill Walton, who unfortunately passed away recently. May he rest in peace. Yeah. We all know that he was a great basketball player with a whole load of talent. But one thing not well known about him is that pick and roll with him and Larry. And I got to tell you, that play was absolutely lethal.
Sky hook.
Here the Celtics ran some form of a zipper.
When did he do a sky hook? That is tough.
Screen in which Larry saw that his man was trying to cheat the screen. Basketball IQ once again on display. So what did he do? He backed out to the three-point line, got a screen from Walton. The Lakers didn't communicate the switch well, so he made a bounce pass to his teammate Bill, who scored an amazing skyhook over.
Bro, that is sick to think that somebody used your own move to score on you. Like, you're known for the skyhook, so you should know how to defend it, and you don't, bro. That's crazy. That's why they still call it the most unguardable shot in the world.
None other than the inventor of the skyhook, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Now that right there, that is a beautiful piece of basketball history that should never be forgotten. We should always appreciate Bill Walton for the player he was, the 2 championships that he won in the NBA, the 2 that he won in college, and all of the basketball legacy that he left behind. The first half ends on a buzzer beater by none other than the Celtics star Larry Bird. He tipped the ball and cleaned up his teammates' miss to reinstate the Celtics' lead at the half, establishing his dominance and saying that he came to the Forum to beat the Lakers again, just like last time. Now in the second half, the Lakers made some adjustments on Bird defensively again. They put James Worthy back on him instead of Michael Cooper, hoping to slow Larry down a little bit. But if slowing Larry Bird down was that easy, he would not have averaged 22 points against Magic in the regular season for his whole career. So of course, Larry immediately asserts his dominance in the second half, dominating in the paint on both ends, grabbing the offensive rebound, and making 2 out of 2 free throws. Having 16 points and 12 rebounds already with 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. All of the Lakers guards, by the way, had only shot the ball a whopping 9.
I had a subscriber say this the other day, bro, and I'm starting to see it. Angel Reese says Larry Bird. If whoa. Before somebody jumped down my neck, I understand Larry can shoot and Angel Reese can't. But when I'm looking at it, like the passing that you get from Magic, you get from Caitlin Clark. The double-double thing, like just being a instant walking double-double is a Larry Bird thing. And Angel Reese is that. Like, she has the IQ, and that's what I'm seeing. So I understand it now. I know people are like, well, Angel Reese can't shoot and Larry can. Yeah, but Larry didn't really shoot a lot of threes. Like, let's be honest. He shot threes and he shot them greatly, and he made those shots because he took so few, and the few that he took, he made. So that's what it is. He don't just jack up shots. He don't just do that. And then you got, Magic Johnson being one of the most craziest passers, like stuff that you just don't see often happening is Magic Johnson. And you see the same thing with Caitlin Clark. So I like that. I like that comparison. Whoever said that in my comments, I like that, bro. I like that comparison. I'm starting to see it now.
Times up to this point.
And the attitude you get from Larry Bird is what you get from Angel Reese. So yeah, I can see that.
Seems like Irving's Magic did not work its best this night. And Kareem was the one that was keeping the Lakers afloat. It was about time for the Lakers to make a little run though, and they did, led by James Worthy, who was putting on a show. Dunking, cashing jumpers, and making ridiculous layups, putting the team on his back, honestly.
That's crazy.
Covering up for Magic having an off game. That's the deal with the deep teams. They have different players that could go off all of a sudden on any given night, making the other coaches miserable and having them feel as if they do not know what actually just hit them. Leaving them to ask themselves, I stopped Magic, how the hell did I lose this game? Except in this case, they're playing against the Celtics, and the next possession, you know who gets the ball. Larry catches the ball on the low post, aware that he's going to get doubled, waits patiently, finds the open Bill Walton underneath the basket for an and one. Points, assists, boards, whatever the Celtics need, that is what Larry's going to get you. You just simply can't guard somebody that good with one guy. And in this case, even having 2 guys on him for the Lakers did not help at all.
Give me that.
Larry's just too good. The score was 86-80 at the end of the third period. However, to win the game, you got to show up in the fourth quarter too. So there is still time for the Lakers. Now Robert Parrish checks into the game after not playing the whole third quarter because of the fouls he picked up at the beginning, which means Larry was beating the Lakers without McHale and without Parrish. This dude was something else. Parrish's presence, of course, would immediately be felt as he scored on the first and the second Celtics offensive possessions of the quarter and assisted on the very next possession from the low post to a cutting Rick Carlisle,
Parrish is tough,
begging the question, what would the result have been had he not gotten into foul trouble in the first quarter? And on the other end, there was one Lakers player that was filling up the stat sheet, and that was James Worthy. He hits 2 free throws with 9 minutes left at the fourth quarter for 29 points, and eventually would end up leading all scorers for the game, having scored 35. Immediately after that play, though, you know the ball is going to go to Larry, just so he can make a statement. And he did, shooting a fadeaway jump shot over his right shoulder and scoring from the right block over AC Green. Now, you might be wondering what happened to Magic in this game, and I don't know. He was just off. He only finished the game with 6 points on 0 of 4 shooting from the field.
That's bad.
And yeah, even though he had 12 assists, that is simply just not enough to beat the future world champions. The Lakers made another little run and got within 6 points, but that's about as close as they would get, because the Celtics would hold on to their lead that they were carefully maintaining the whole game, and we're not planning on letting it slip away in the last minute. So they closed the game out with a final score, Boston 105, Lakers 99. Now, while they had beaten the Lakers 8 straight times before this series, the Celtics lost the title to the Lakers the year before in their own arena for the first time ever in their history. And that was just something that Larry Bird could not take. even though he was not at 100% for that game and for the whole series. However, that series of events would lead to Larry really locking in mentally and physically, beating Magic 2 times out of 2 games in the regular season with a significant margin. And also, we would see in the future, beating the Lakers in the playoffs, winning the title, and the Finals MVP. If we look back retrospectively, you can see that this year was the year that Larry really was the best in the league. And he proved it and made it clear in this game right here. All right, that's it for this one.
Man.
Let us know what you thought down in the comments. And
oh man, yo, that was a good video. I think it was a great video. I think Magic Johnson, yeah, that was a bad game for Magic. That had to be one of his worst games I've ever heard. I mean, I ain't never watched one of Magic Johnson's games, so I'm gonna say ever heard. That's just bad. But Larry Bird is doing what Larry Bird does best. He's gonna be that player that can score, that's gonna be IQ wise, and say, hey, they're doubling me, let me get the pass to somebody else. The same person who's gonna say, hey, you know, let's keep going. Like, he holds that grudge until, I feel like until death. I think right now, if you told him right now, like, hey man, we're gonna put you back on the Celtics and we're gonna put Magic back on the Lakers, man. Y'all trying to, yeah, it's instant hate. It's animosity. I really do. I really feel that, man. But man, thank y'all guys for checking out this video, man. If y'all guys did enjoy this video, man, and you made it this far, man, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn your notification on, and share with your boys. Let your boys know Solid is the way to react with. Let's go. Peace.